Hi everyone, welcome to session 5 of our massive open online course with the topic about English as a lingua franca, beyond native speakerism. In this session, we are exploring a powerful shift in global English education, embracing English as a lingua franca. This means that teaching English moves beyond the outdated ideology of native speakerism. Let's reframe what it means to teach and learn English in today's world. This session is intended to help the students to understand the concept of English as a lingua franca, critically examine the ideology of native speakerism, promote inclusive and context-sensitive language teaching, reflect on your own beliefs, materials, and assessment practices. Therefore, this session will help you see English not as a fixed norm, but as a dynamic tool for global connection. English as a lingua franca means that English is used between speakers of different first languages. It's how a Brazilian speaks with a Korean, or an Indonesian with a Sweden. English as a lingua franca is not owned by native speakers. Its goal is clarity, not perfection. It's about being understood, not sounding like British or American. In this context, speakers use flexible grammar, creative vocabulary, and pragmatic strategies. They might mix idioms, adapt pronunciation, or rephrase on the spot. These are not mistakes but rather as strategies. The goal is successful communication and not focus on textbook accuracy. Today, English is used more by non-native speakers than native ones. Over 80% of English interactions globally happen among non-natives. This reality makes the native speaker model not just outdated, but irrelevant to how English works in real life. Native speakerism is the belief that native speakers are better teachers, better models, and the ultimate authority on English. This belief creates hierarchies, where teachers from the global north are preferred, and others are seen as less qualified. It's a form of linguistic discrimination. This ideology harms students and teachers. Students may feel they will never be good enough. Local teachers may doubt their own legitimacy. And worse, it ignores the communicative power of local Englishes that work perfectly well in their context. Research shows that the native speaker standard is a myth. There is no single way to speak English. English as a lingua franca recognizes this. It values mutual intelligibility over imitation. It says, if your English works in your context, then your English is valid. Traditional English as a lingua franca often emphasizes correctness, idiomatic expressions, and native accents. ELF focuses on adaptability, clarity, and confidence. Both aim to teach English, but ELF aligns more closely with how English is actually used worldwide. To help you understand better, I would like to show a case example of Indonesian English as a lingua franca in use. Consider this sentence. We discussed about climate change last night. In traditional grammar, the sentence is incorrect. But in English as a lingua franca context, the meaning is clear. Communication is successful. So instead of error correction, let's celebrate effective meaning making. It is also important to value local English varieties. English is not one monolithic language. We have Indonesian English, Nigerian English, and Singaporean English, all shaped by their local realities. These are not broken versions. They're living, evolving forms of global communication. Many of us, as teachers, have internalized native speakerism. We may correct pronunciation that doesn't match a Western model. We may feel less confident if we don't sound native. It's time to unlearn this mindset and trust our expertise. In relation to inclusive language teaching strategies, some suggested practices are recommended. Try to expose students to real English from diverse speakers. Normalize accent variation. Allow code switching and translanguaging. Most importantly, teach students that their English is enough. They can be creative, flexible, and proud. It is also important to rethink errors. What do we call errors? An error in one context might be a feature in another. Students say, "He come yesterday." Is it wrong or just different? As English as a lingua franca-oriented teachers, we need to ask, was the message clear? Did it succeed? For assessment in English as a lingua franca, you need to revisit your rubrics. Do you mark down for accent? For idioms? For non-standard grammar? If yes, then you need to shift to assessing meaning, clarity, and effort. Celebrate intelligibility, not imitation. Another key issue is the need to empower local teachers. Teachers in Indonesia, the Philippines, Kenya, Korean. You are not second best, you are real users of English, cultural bridges, and agents of change. You know your students. You speak their reality. That's powerful. To this end, it is important to remember that move beyond native speakerism means recognize English as a lingua franca as the norm in global English use. Value clarity over imitation. Empower learners and teachers to own their English. Remember, English belongs to everyone who uses it. As the reflection task. 1. How has native speakerism shaped your own learning or teaching? 2. How might you challenge it in your context? 3. Write a 300-word reflection and share it in the course forum. Together, let's help English grow into a language that belongs to us all. Thank you very much for your attention, happy day as always, and see you in the next session.